Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I have a one brand tutorial using all Wet n Wild products except one product. You'll see soon what that was. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi you guys, welcome back. So starting off, I'm just going to be using the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer. It's in the black and white packaging, and in the back it states that it's a magic potion, that it refines pores, fills lines, fine lines, brightens complexion, and evens skin tone. So let's just go ahead and prime the face with this. So now that we primed the face, I'm going to move on to the eyes, and I think I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. I forgot. I do not have an eyebrow product from Wet n Wild. That completely just, I missed it. So I'm just going to use the e.lf eyebrow thing. It's in the color taupe, and I think it's $2, so sorry. I'm going to go ahead and take the PhotoFocus concealer, because I'm going to go ahead and put just a tiny bit on the eyelids, and I'm just going to blend that. Moving on to the eyes, now that I just primed them, FYI, I'm going to try and use all the Wet n Wild brushes for this tutorial, so just trying to keep it as much Wet n Wild products as possible. I know, eyebrows, but so I'm just gonna take one of their shadow brushes, and I'm gonna use the single color icon eyeshadow in Creme Brulee. I'm gonna go with palettes that are still in stock. I do have a couple palettes that were limited edition, so I'm not gonna use those just because I know you can't go out and get those. So I pulled out the Petal Pusher and the Comfort Zone color icon 8-pan eyeshadows. I think I'm gonna go with the Comfort Zone palette. I'm either gonna keep it super neutral, or I'm gonna go with some of the greens, and let's just begin. So I'm just gonna take the crease color on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that, and I'm gonna tap out the excess, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the crease. So now that we have that color laid down, I'm gonna take the same crease brush, and I'm gonna go in with the definer shade, which this one right here, like the slightest amount of it. Oh, see, you barely put your brush in there and it already tapping most of it off. And I'm just gonna go on the outer V. So with the first eyeshadow brush that I used to lay down that, I'm just gonna take that eyelid shade and pack this onto the lid. So now that we laid down the green, I'm just gonna go ahead with the first crease shade that we used. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit and just buff that in the crease. I'm going in with that green again, just to make sure it didn't blend away while I was blending in this shade. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's such a pretty green. It's not a vibrant green that's like screaming your face green. I would definitely wear this like every day. So I'm actually going to take the brow bone shade, this one from Petal Pusher. I'm going to lay that down in the brow bone, and I'm going to use this little cleaner, and the one that the brush that I used to lay down that green, I'm going to go ahead and clean it. I kind of really want to use this one, and I feel like just putting it in the outer V just to see how this goes. I'm going to go in with that same shade, that shader brush. I'm gonna put this on the outer corner. See how this looks. I'm actually really liking that. So I'm gonna go ahead and even it out. Take that definer shade again on the bottom, and on the outer corner. I actually really like how that looks. I'm not sure if you can see the two-tone on this one with the green, but it pairs very well actually. So I'm gonna go in with the blending brush again and back with that crease brush, the crease shadow. Go ahead and kind of blend this together. Now with a clean blending brush, I'm gonna go in with that Creme Brulee shade one more time, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and get rid of all the harsh edges that I just made from the eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean that shader brush one more time. By the way, this is the Ulta Beauty Beauty Smarts New Hue Shadow Switching Pan. And I really like it. So then one last time, I'm gonna go in with that shader brush. I'm gonna go in with that green eyelid color just to define this inner corner a little bit more. So I will come back to this once we finish the face, just to do the lower lash line. So moving on with the face, I will come back to the eyes. I'm gonna go in with the PhotoFocus foundation in soft beige. The number's 365C. And like I said, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild flat top kabuki brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and just spatula this on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take just a little bit, see how this goes. The color match is pretty good. It might look a little bit more white on camera just because of the light that I'm using. And I can tell you right off the bat, there's this really paint smell. It smells like paint. Yes, that's what it smells like paint. Straight up paint. This is not the first time that I use this foundation. I have used it before, and I do like the coverage of it. It's not full coverage. It's, as you can see, you can still see my acne scars right here. It's a medium coverage foundation, but I really do like the finish of it. Probably shouldn't be doing that, but whatever. Right now, this brush isn't bad to blend out foundation, and I got foundation on my shirt. Great. This brush isn't bad to mix in the foundation, but I do see a lot of brush streak marks. So I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques sponge. I know I'm just, it's not Wet n Wild. I'm just trying to keep it within drugstore price. And this sponge is $6, $10 for two. I'm just gonna go in over it, over the brush, just so that I don't see any brush strokes. So moving on with concealer. I do have the PhotoFocus concealers in the color medium tawny and light ivory. So the reason I have one shade is super light and one shade is dark was because the in-between shade was sold out. So I thought if I mix these two, I would get the shade from the in-between. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and conceal. I do have a concealer brush, but I already know I don't like it. So I'm just gonna go in with that Real Techniques Real Techniques sponge and blend out this concealer. So I really do like this concealer. It does a really good job. It has pretty good coverage. Only, you know, my eyes are really creasy. So any concealer creases on me. So I have to right away set it. No matter what concealer. So I have the Wet n Wild pressed powder in the color Warm Light. And this is the weird part. I'm just going to use the contour brush and I'm going to go ahead and set this. And this actually does still feel really tacky. So I'm going to actually take this dual fiber brush and set my entire face. There's the powder brush I actually use for bronzing.
With her bush that's al lado. It's like by her.
You don't know where the keys are?
Yeah. And I was thinking if you know where the keys are. Looking good.
So now that I have that set, I'm just going to go ahead and bronze my face, or more like contour and use the light hand for bronzing. And I'm going to use the Mega Glow contouring palette in the color Dulce de Leche. I am in love with this contouring shade, by the way. It is so awesome. But like I said, I'm going to use it more lightly and bronze the face. I'm just going to go ahead and take the powder brush. And this is very pigmented, so make sure you tap off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze the face. So now that I'm back in Oompa Loompa, just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and take, this is supposed to be like a blush brush. I'm going to take the light shade and I'm going to go ahead and kind of accentuate the contour because it's a very light powder. It's kind of, I'm not baking, but kind of cleaning up that contour. And I'll go ahead and do that right here as well. So with that same brush, I'm going to take one of these Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. I have all of the colors just because I'm in love with these. I think I'm going to go with Mellow Wine. I love these kinds of shades. And this is more of a matte shade. The rest have a little bit of shimmer, but it's not glitter, so it just looks really nice on the cheeks. Like I said, I really love these. And they reformulated them, so they're even better now. But I'm going to go ahead and take Mellow Wine and apply it as my blush. So now that we have the blush on, the bronzer, it's time for highlight. I do have a couple, well, two options. So I have the Wet n Wild To Reflect Shimmer palette in the color Boozy Brunch. And as you can see, it has gold, like a little pinky. It doesn't go like that. If I swatch this for you, it's just a really pretty highlight. I can go ahead and swatch this for you. Really, really nice. I also have the Precious Petals highlight that was sold out forever, and I can go ahead and swatch that for you. Also, this is more pinky gold, and I'm not sure if you can see that. This is the Boozy Brunch, and this is the Precious Petals. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one just because I don't have a they don't have a highlighting brush, so I'm gonna go with this is their contour brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the end of this and I'm gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my cheekbone. Going in with Petal Pusher, not Petal Pusher, Comfort Zone. And I have a very tiny little brush. I think this is a small shadow brush. I really don't know the names of these, but I'm gonna go ahead and with that brown crease shade that we started off with, and I go ahead and pack this on this little brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and define the, what is this, lower lash line. Now that we laid that first shade down, I'm gonna go in with this crease shade right here, very lightly. It's kind of like a darker green with glitter, but hopefully the glitter doesn't really show, and I'm just gonna use that on the outer third of my eye. Okay, so half the eye. I ended up going to half. That's okay. And then I'm just going to use this green shade that we started off with, and I'm going to buff that all over the eyelid, right on underneath that color. Just kind of to blend that out. Still using the same brush. So I'm going to clean that brush off from the dark shades. And I think I'm going to go in with this brow bone shade right here. And I'm going to go in the inner corner part of my eye. A very nice like taupey gold shade, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to go ahead and highlight the inner corner. So before I put on mascara or eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus setting spray. I forgot how this sprays. Oh, the spray is pretty good. It's not like... This also has a pretty weird smell, but it does not smell like the foundation. The foundation just straight up smells like paint. You know what? Just to intensify that highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face one more time. Go back in with that highlight. Same brush. Just to intensify it. Just go over it. Well, bam. There we go. And it goes ahead and intensifies that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the tip of my nose. Cupid's bow. It's a little weird because it's a really big brush. I do have this black liquid liner, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this eyeliner. It is the Mega Slim Skinny Tip eyeliner, and let me just show you. It's in the color black, but look at that really ultra fine point. It lets you have very precise lines, and it's super dark and it's matte. Freaking love this eyeliner. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my eyes with this. So now that we did the eyeliner, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. The mascara that I have is the Mega Slim Skinny Mascara. It's from the same line as this eyeliner, and it basically has a really super skinny wand. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that mascara. Hopefully it does something. I haven't tried this one actually. So we're almost done. Last thing is the lips, and I actually have all of the liquid catsuit liquid lipsticks. There's 13 shades. So they have super deep dark ones, and these are probably more fall winter type colors. They have some red ones. This is a blue based red. This is more of an orangey red, which actually I don't hate. There's these pinks. Then we have, these are more mauvey. This is a mauvey purple. This is more nude. These are all pinks and purple nudie colors. And then the two lightest shade, this is like a very peachy, which I think I might go with this one. And then I have this one, which is a very nude type of color. So I went ahead and I put on Video Vixen, and I freaking love this. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment down below, what are your favorite Wet n Wild products? And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys next time.